save, I will sacrifice, I will endure. I will fight cheerfully and do my utmost as if the issue of the whole struggle depended on me alone.
Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Mikey Reacts. Today I'm going to be reacting to A Warrior's Pledge by Ronald Reagan. I personally love Ronald Reagan as a president. I think he stood for good things. There are some things he made a mistake on. I think obviously with the whole war on drugs, that's a really big one that just sort of went haywire, and obviously the war on drugs has been lost and drugs won. But I think his stand up towards the Eastern Bloc, towards the USSR, and overseeing the fall of communism, Gorbachev, tear down that wall. I think he is absolutely amazing, and of course he was a through and through Republican, and to some extent he was very much hated for that. He was very good friends and allies with Margaret Thatcher, and she is another one in the UK that you either hate or absolutely love, and that disparity is normally between the North and the South. And the North tends to hate Margaret Thatcher because there was more of a working class community, and the South tends to love her because the South generally is more conservative than the North, fiscally and financially speaking, in terms of government policy. So we're going to be reacting to A Warrior's Pledge by Ronald Reagan. And I'm really excited for this one for many reasons. Like I said, I absolutely love Ronald Reagan, and I think remembering and understanding the warriors of the United States, those who have fought and died for our freedoms, is incredibly important. I think it's not done enough. So let's get to this video. I won't keep it too long, it's only short.
If we look to the answer as to why for so many years we achieved so much, prospered as no other people on earth, it was because here in this land we unleashed the energy and individual genius of man to a greater extent than has ever been done before.
Oh yeah.
Freedom and the dignity of the individual have been more available and assured here than in any other place on earth.
Yes.
The price for this freedom at times...
Guys, that's so true. And if you try and deny that, it's impossible to deny. Freedom has been ensured for, it is the land of the free, and it truly is. It's not just a phrase.
Has been high, but we have never been unwilling to pay that price.
Sorry to pause it again, but that's so true. The cost has been extremely high. The amount of wars the United States has entered into since its inception, it started out in a war in 1776 until 83, I think, and then obviously it had the Civil War, 7 Years' War. Well, the 7 Years' War wasn't technically the United States, that was prior. But anyway, and then you had the War of 1812, just to top that off. And then First World War, Second World War, wars that didn't really involve the United States. Like the First World War didn't really involve the US. Second World War, they didn't attack anyone, it wasn't their fault. And they paid the price with blood and with heroes to free the world of tyranny and corruption and murder and death. And they did that very effectively with extreme courage and sacrifice, and it was absolutely incredible. Then you look at Korea. Korea was a UN effort, but the majority of the troops on the ground were Americans. Vietnam, to rid communism, people disagree with that, but I think it wasn't. I think it was done wrong by the politicians. It was coordinated incorrectly, but I don't think the cause, whether the cause was right or wrong, the American people, the troops, the young men who went to fight need to be remembered because they did an amazing job, and they were incredible, valiant, heroic human beings in a very horrible situation. And that has been very much the case in Iraq and Afghanistan, and it still continues today across the globe, where United States troops sacrifice continuously for the freedom of the world and the interests of the West. So let's carry on.
Those who say that we're in a time when there are no heroes, they just don't know where to look.
Yes.
The sloping hills of Arlington National Cemetery,
yes,
with its row upon row of simple white markers bearing crosses or stars of David.
Yes.
They add up to only a tiny fraction of the price that has been paid for our freedom.
I really, really, really want to go there.
Each one of those markers is a monument to the kind of hero I spoke of earlier. Their lives ended in places called Belleau the Argonne,
Yeah.
Omaha Beach,
I've been to the Ardennes.
Salerno, and halfway around the world on Guadalcanal,
Yeah.
Tarawa, Pork Chop Hill, the Chosin Reservoir,
Oh, the Chosin Reservoir. I've got goosebumps, guys.
and in 100 rice paddies and jungles of a place called Vietnam. Under one such marker lies a young man, Martin Treptow, who left his job in a small-town barber shop in 1917 to go to France with the famed Rainbow Division. There on the Western Front, he was killed trying to carry a message between battalions under heavy artillery fire. We're told that on his body was found a diary.
Okay.
On the flyleaf, under the heading My Pledge, he had written these words.
Before we get to those words, look at those views of those markers, those grave markers, row after row after row after row of pure sacrifice and heroism for our freedoms. And these men don't even know the impact they made. Look at it. My God, and that's only a small fraction of Arlington. Just look. Beautiful.
America must win this war.
And sad.
Therefore I will work, I will save, I will sacrifice, I will endure.
I will endure.
I will fight cheerfully and do my utmost as if the issue of the whole struggle depended on me alone.
Wow. Take my hat off for this flag.
We must realize that no arsenal or no weapon in the arsenals of the world is so formidable as the will and moral courage of free men and women.
Yes.
It is a weapon our adversaries in today's world do not have.
Yes.
It is a weapon that we as Americans do have. Let that be understood by those who practice terrorism and prey upon their neighbors.
Yes.
As for the enemies of freedom, those who are potential adversaries, they will be reminded that peace is the highest aspiration of the American people.
Yes.
We will negotiate for it, sacrifice for it. We will not surrender for it now or ever. We are Americans.
Wow. No truer words have ever been spoken. That man who wrote that in his diary is not only a hero, but a genius. Absolutely incredible, guys. Absolutely incredible. Wow. Wow. I'm so... That was so strong. It's so... Yes, we will not surrender for it. Wow. I don't have that many words for it, but the sentiment of that speech was beautiful. And Ronald Reagan, God bless him for bringing that to light from that man's diary. He was a great orator, President Reagan, and that just proves it. And his patriotism and his willingness to be the man who leads a nation into victory is evident in that speech. He's a strong individual. The Warrior's Pledge, what an amazing and heroic pledge that is. Wow, I have a great respect for men and women now who fight and feel that way about what they are doing. Yes, to fight cheerfully as if the whole issue rests upon my shoulders. Yeah. Wow. Absolutely incredible. Thank you so much, guys, for watching this video. You guys are absolutely amazing. If you feel the same way as I do, comment down below, let me know, and let's have a conversation about it, because it needs to be had, especially in this day and age and what's currently going on. It needs to be had. So have a great day, guys. Don't forget, if you want to, don't forget, subscribe to this channel, give it a thumbs up, comment down below, check out my description below this video for Instagram, Twitter, and Patreon. Subscribe to the Patreon, you will not regret it, I promise you. If you are a patriot like me, it is the place for you. We can have conversations, live streams, live chats, and incredible and moving content. So go there, subscribe to that, and I will see you on the next video, you amazing people. God bless you.